Okay. Jesse Jackson passed away, and I'm going to try to be nice because I have respect for my mother who loved Jesse Jackson. She loved that man. Okay. But anyway, the main thing I want to say about Jesse Jackson was a few weeks ago, there was an anti-ICE demonstration here with Brandon Johnson. And for whatever reason, they dragged that man out of his deathbed. Okay? They had him in a wheelchair looking like his eyes were already on the prize. Right? Because they wanted some kind of legitimacy for the cause, linking anti-ICE protesters to the old-fashioned civil rights, like black people have anything to do with illegal immigration. I saw it. I thought it was completely shameful. Shameful. And now Jesse Jackson has gone to meet his maker. And when they open up that book and weigh his sins against whatever, you know what? The only thing I hope they make sure they talk to him about is trying to call black people African American or people of color. I couldn't stand that. But God bless Jesse Jackson's soul. I'm being nice because of my mama.
U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson passed away Tuesday, February 17th, at the age of 84. Jackson died peacefully surrounded by his family, according to a statement released by his loved ones. Jesse Jackson rose to national prominence in the 1960s, working alongside Martin Luther King during the height of the civil rights movement. He later became a two-time candidate for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination, running in 1984 and again in 1988. Here's what Trump said about Jesse Jackson following the news of his passing. The Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. I knew him well long before becoming president. He was a good man with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. He was very gregarious, someone who truly loved people, despite the fact that I am falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left, Democrats, all. It was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. What do you expect from a narcissist? What do you expect from a pedo? What do you expect from a 34-count felon? What do you expect from a criminal?
Hi, TikTok. I woke up to the news this morning that Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed at age 84. Jesse Jackson did a lot for this country. He did a lot of good things. He had his foibles like anybody else. I found him to be a bit misogynist and I had some other problems. But the one thing I will always remember him for and appreciate is that when he was at the Democratic National Convention and he made everybody do the preacher kind of back and forth cadence, which I love. He made everybody copy him. And he said, I am. And he said, I am somebody. And he made them say it again and again. I am somebody. And that really stayed with me. It stayed with me for decades now. I still say it. I am somebody. I'm not everybody. I'm not the only body. But I'm somebody. And so now when people ask me about whether or not I still play the lottery and why I bother getting a ticket, I say, because somebody has to win, and I am somebody. Rest in power, Reverend Jackson. Thank you for all the good you did.
Somebody want to have a conversation with me and enlighten me and let me know how one of the greatest civil rights leaders in the entire world passed away yesterday, and y'all stuck on the Epstein files, watching bullshit. Like, yes, what's going on with the Epstein files is bad, but what's the course of action we need to take? You're distracted. All I'm seeing is people crying and upset. You messing up your brain watching that garbage. You can't unsee that shit once you see it. You understand that? Close those files unless you're ready to take action and move on to something else. World leaders are dying. Have you seen it posted anywhere? The only place where they're posting it at is on YouTube. They're not talking about it. This should be all over every television site in the whole entire world. But no, the internet is flooded with Epstein BS. You understand? Wake up. One of the greatest civil rights leaders in the entire world passed away, and no one is talking about it. Why? Send that man some prayers. Send his family some love and some energy. And close those damn files.